Title: The Honda VTX 1800, the beast that changed the cruiser world. Introduction: the muscle cruiser that shook the market. When Honda introduced the VTX 1800 in the early 2000s, it wasn't just building a motorcycle, it was starting a revolution. The VTX 1800 wasn't your average cruiser. It came roaring into a market dominated by Harley Davidson and Yamaha with a bold statement that Honda could outmuscle, out-engineer, and outride the best of them. Even today, years after its release, the VTX 1800 stands tall as one of the most iconic and powerful V-twin cruisers ever built. Engine and performance: pure V-twin power. At the heart of the VTX 1800 is its legendary 1,795 cubic centimeters V-twin engine, one of the largest production V-twin engines ever at the time of launch. With massive cylinders, a forged crankshaft, and fuel injection, the VTX delivered more torque than most riders could handle. This beast was built for raw, low-end power. At 107 horsepower and over 120 lb-ft of torque, it had muscle bike performance wrapped in cruiser styling. Throttle response was immediate, and the bike could jump from 0 to highway speeds effortlessly. It wasn't just fast for a cruiser, it was fast, period. The 1800 proved that big cruisers didn't have to be slow and lazy, they could be bold, aggressive, and thrilling. Design and styling: bold, beautiful, and timeless. The Honda VTX 1800 made a visual statement from every angle. With its long, low stance, wide rear tire, and thick front forks, it had a dominant road presence. The large chrome headlamp housing, flared fenders, and sculpted fuel tank gave the bike an aggressive yet elegant look. Honda offered several trims over the years, ranging from the minimalist VTX 1800C to the classic-styled R and the Retro S models. Each version carried its own flavor, but all shared the same brawny DNA. It's a design that hasn't aged badly. Even today, the VTX 1800 can turn heads at a stoplight or on a boulevard. Ride and handling: surprisingly refined for its size. Despite its heavyweight build, the VTX 1800 offered a surprisingly refined ride. The frame was rigid yet well-balanced, and Honda tuned the suspension for a smooth cruising experience. Front forks and rear dual shocks soaked up road imperfections with ease, making long-distance rides comfortable. Steering was stable and confident, though not exactly nimble. This was a cruiser meant for straight-line dominance and highway touring. However, for its size, it handled curves with more grace than many expected. The low center of gravity helped keep the ride manageable even for less experienced riders, though you definitely needed respect for its power. Technology and features: ahead of its time. The VTX 1800 was packed with features that weren't common in cruisers during its era. It had fuel injection when many competitors were still running carburetors. The shaft drive system meant minimal maintenance compared to chain-driven cruisers. Other smart touches included a powerful front disc brake setup with optional linked braking systems, ensuring better stopping power for such a heavy bike. The digital ignition system and self-adjusting hydraulic valve lifters made it as user-friendly as it was powerful. Honda had clearly engineered the VTX with both performance and reliability in mind. Customization and aftermarket love. One of the VTX's greatest strengths is how customizable it is. Owners around the world have turned their 1800s into custom show bikes, long-distance tourers, and even drag racers. The bike has a strong aftermarket scene, with plenty of options for exhausts, handlebars, fairings, seats, and performance mods. From blacked-out bobbers to chrome-covered baggers, the VTX 1800 can be transformed into almost anything. This adaptability, combined with its solid build quality, has helped the VTX maintain a loyal fan base even decades later.